Hi Collective, welcome to my channel Crystal Shadow Work. Hi everyone, so we're going to take a look into the Beaver moon energies as we are under this full moon lunar eclipse in November. So definitely a very intense eclipse. I've definitely been feeling things starting to calm down a little bit in my home since the eclipse peaked this morning around 6 a.m. Okay, and we're very much still feeling the effects of this full moon eclipse, right? And I've been playing around with one of my cards today, meditating on the energy. The biggest thing that I've been seeing is creation coming out, inspiration, things like that. This is definitely a time to create, and that's where the beaver moon got its name, right? Because this is a time where the beavers worked very busy on getting ready for the winter and all of that. And it's definitely a time of preparing things, getting ready. So it's this burst of energy that you may be feeling, and creating new opportunities and things like that are definitely going to be available to you at this time, as endings of cycles are coming and new beginnings, right? I've been seeing a lot of this yang energy coming out too. With this deck, a lot of the same cards collectively are coming out, right? You're really being called to be flexible at this time. I've been seeing that one quite a bit, because a lot of things are going to be closing out, new things are going to be coming in, but it's not going to be at the exact same time. So you really have to be flexible and be patient at this time, right? So you're really being called to clean things up at this time, kind of prepare and get ready. Clean it up is where you focus on not too much of what's to come. You start to focus on like the everyday things and kind of go with the flow of how things are going on. It's kind of like when things are lost. I hate looking for things, right? So when we lose things in my family, I'm like, all right, let's start cleaning up, let's start rearranging, let's start, and then we always come across what we're looking for, but at the same time we're cleaning up and we're working with those energies, right? Instead of getting angry and mad, like I always tell the kids, if it's like before we leave, we always clean up before we leave anyways, so let's just start cleaning up, doing our chores and things like that. Normally things come up, so it's kind of like, you're being called to just focus on the everyday things that you're needing to do, right? So kind of just use this time to go with the flow of things, right? Now this can talk about cleaning toxic things up, letting go of things too. Make more room for things to come in at this time. This is an excellent time to be releasing things that are that aren't serving you anymore. Things that maybe creating stagnant energy or hostile environment, things like that. You're definitely going to be getting things revealed to you as well. And look, there's exchanging gifts too. Like you need to make room for these things to come in too. I feel you're going to be doing that. But they have the one of the warning cards here of this deck, all that glitters. It's everything that glitters is not always as it appears. Some things appear like such a good, beautiful thing, and in fact they're not. So you're definitely going to be getting some things revealed to you. I'm getting who's loyal to you too. We've got the loyal heart. You're really going to be taking into account and consideration who's very loyal to you. So some people could be getting revealed to you. Maybe some situations could be coming up apart that were not in fact as they appeared for face value. Maybe you had a deep knowing, right? I'm getting that you're very much gonna be getting realizations that things that you knew are going to be coming to light too, because we have the deep knowing card here. We have the orphaned card here too. Somebody is definitely going to be feeling left out. This is falling underneath the clean it up card. See, it's kind of the same energy, right? You can kind of see that darker grim opposed to all of this color right here, right? Right, so somebody that's like of lower vibration or toxic or things like that could have been bringing you down. You're going to be getting the realization to let these things go. And some of these things would literally be getting removed from you because you're being called to be flexible, to wait. We have time to take a nap here, right? Because they're really calling you just to relax, go with the flow. Things are being put together for you. And I was seeing the fox here too. I've been seeing fox symbolism in threes too, kind of like the Holy Trinity 3. I just noticed that it could be for somebody, the thinker here. You're definitely being called to strategize, definitely, but you might need to have some patience. Wow, we have the chopwood card too. That's where you're definitely needing to let go of things, cutting some things out of your life. For some of you, it could be relationships, right? You could be coming into divine union for some of you, because we do have the yin card now. Remember, I told you the yang card, but it could also talk about balancing out those energies within you, yin and yang energies. And that's where you're balancing the divine feminine and masculine, where, you know, you're being authoritative, but you're also having compassion and things like that. Some of you, it looks like you definitely need to embrace your masculinity, okay? Taking authority and action with the chopped wood card and the clean it up card, because see, those are kind of those darker energies there. You know, they're not as fun and loving. It's more like down to business, down to work, right? And kind of with the thinking too, I'm seeing the darker grays, kind of the browns there, where you're going to need to make decisions that you probably have not wanted to make, but they have to do with your security, stability, home, family. This is a big emphasis around this eclipse energy in this Taurus earth energy, right? But you definitely have that on your side, because Taurus rules the throat chakra. So there's a lot of throat activations at this time, being able to be very expressive of your emotions and your feelings. And yeah, you might really be cutting some people off that were not loyal to you. It looks like you're headed towards a new life, definitely. Yeah, you're ending chaos and conflict, and then you're going to be in this happy, happy energy. You're really going to be building and coming together with like-minded people, people that deserve your attention. So yeah, you're really letting go of some people that are just not in alignment with you. And if you're not releasing them, they could literally be getting removed from you, because that's happening too. That's what's beautiful about these eclipses, is sometimes things are just eclipsed out because we're not making those movements and those changes. What are you doing, baby? You gotta lay down. Shh. Well, you want to lay in here?
Yeah, I did that.
Shh. Okay. Shh. Okay, you can lay in here. And then the poised card they were showing me too as I was slipping through. So definitely, you know, this is where you need to know your worth. Don't let others bring you down. People are definitely going to be trying to affect you, because when you have the happy, happy card here, you're already shining, okay? And you're already in this energy of attracting. So people see, in fact, that you're attracting. Look at this, Treasure Island and No Place Like Home. You definitely have abundance coming in for you. And this No Place Like Home is so beautiful, because it's like wherever you go, you can lay there, that's fine. Lay down. Wherever you go, that's your home. It's not a physical place. Your happiness, your home, it's what you hold inside here. And I think that's where some people are feeling left out and trying to strategize how to get back on your good gracious. For some of you, they could be trying to offer you gifts. I seen the thinker card and the exchanging gifts, but see, it's right here by next to all that glitters, right? Is not what it may be. So some people could very much be trying to like love bomb you, buy your love at this time, trying to make like a last ditch effort, I'm hearing, to try to buy your love, or to try to, you know, it's kind of like one of those where it's like somebody, you're struggling in a relationship, right? And somebody then goes and gets an expensive ring and proposes, because they're trying to deflect what's going on. And it's kind of like, marry me, let's fix all of this. And they're hoping that that beautiful ring will deter you from all of the problems. See what I mean? It's kind of like that. For some of you, I called that out. That could happen, but I'm not saying for all of you. I was just using it as a scenario, okay? For some of you, there's definitely a message coming in here. I just flipped it on, message in a bottle, and it's going to create some this in this happy, happy energy, right? So, Maddie, up there, lay down, baby. Shh. All right. I seen soulmates there, so it could definitely be a divine soulmate. Wow. All right. So I really felt guided to the wisdom of the oracle lately. I've been using it a lot in my readings. I've been realizing that I've been feeling a lot of the red energy, which is associated with passion and love, the root chakra, right? A lot of you, definitely, that's about taking action, courage, strength, right? So I feel guided to doing the Soul Helper Oracle. I wanted to get you guys some more messages of things to use at this time. So let's see what we have here in the Soul Helper Oracle. And as always, these are general. Take whatever you feel is fitting, leave what does not, okay? So look, the time for romance has come. I told you guys, this is such a powerful energy at this time. You're really assessing who's near and dear to your heart. You're really taking a look into who's loyal to you, who's not, who you want to build with, which is very beautiful because this is definitely about our soul's evolution. These eclipses are like cosmic steps and alignments towards the best version of ourselves, towards evolving us to our next paradigm, our higher vibrational life, right? And we're really in this 5D Christ consciousness ascension. The great shift has already began. So all of these things that are happening are in alignment with your soul's evolution and your highest version of yourself. So if you're in relationships and surrounding yourself with family members or friends that are of lower vibration, that are toxic, that were meant to be lessons, those are going to be falling apart at this time. So for some of you, you could very much still be in relationships with karmic partners or karmic family members that are creating blocks. And at this time, they're very much going to be getting revealed to you, if not removed from you. So definitely, you need to keep your heart open, right? But this is definitely a big message for somebody that the time for romance has come, right? And seeing the soulmate card, and yeah, so very beautiful. Okay, for some of you, it could be taking your relationship to a higher level of commitment if you're already in one. Just because I say there's endings don't mean that that's specifically for you, because these are general, right? I wanted to say that, okay. And the fox symbolism that I just felt in the other deck, here we are again, 2 foxes. You might want to look up twos. I've been seeing them in pairs. I was talking about the trinity of the threes, and I was seeing 3 foxes earlier. Now there's 2. Leave your usual social circle behind. So I guess what that's meaning is for some of you, there could very much be 2 or 3 deceptive people in your world, because the fox represents that sly, sneaky type of mentality, right? The mistrusting, if you look up the symbolism behind a fox. So, I was seeing 3 before and now 2. So definitely it looks like 2, right? It's very significant. It kind of looks like they're scheming and working together. Okay, so that's a message for somebody. Like I said, if you have these individuals in your world, you'll know. You already have that inner knowing. So don't be like, oh, she said there's 2 deceptive people, let me go find them. You'll know if these people are in your world. Okay, they will be getting revealed to you, or getting removed from you. Sometimes Source steps in and removes people in situations that we weren't even aware at the time. Have you ever had that happen? It's like all of a sudden something happens, somebody gets removed from you, or now you're not associated with them anymore, and then all of a sudden something happens to them and you're like, wow, I'm so glad that I wasn't with them when that happened, or whatever. It's one of those things like your guides, your spirit guides, your ancestors, or your angels might have removed you from those things, right? So follow the path of your soul. Do not allow anyone or anything to stop you. And this is what's very important at this time, is knowing that you are a spiritual being. You are one with God, divine source. You have God within you and co-creating your world, right? So people are often trying to deter you from your path because people get jealous, envious. They get the devil energy in them. They don't want to see you succeed. They don't want to see whatever it may be, right? So it's very important to trust what you feel led and guided to at this time, because you're very much going to be having people try to deter you from that. And sometimes that's how you can see who you can trust and who you can't, when you in fact realize who is really pushing you to make major changes in your life, or who is like overly trying to really push you in one direction or another, if it's something that doesn't feel right within you. That's what it took for me when I was like, why is everybody like talking, and bringing all of this stuff to my attention, and making somebody seem so deceptive and so hurtful and all of that, and that's not how I feel inside. And then I was like, wait a minute, let me see here. So that could be a sign for some of you too. But I really feel strongly that there's 2 individuals that could be doing that, okay? All right, so because this is right next to the follow the path of your soul. All right, we got live in the world as a dreamer, create your future paradise. And that's very much what you need to be doing at this time, is you need to be very much in this energy of being a dreamer, right? And you need to definitely be where you are, you're manifesting very quickly at this time in this creative energy. This full moon is so intense. No, lay down. No, now. This energy is so intense that it's amplified. So it's like a new moon, full moon, all of that. So it's definitely a creation time. All right, and we've got cross the bridge to happiness. Okay, so It leads for over the depths of your emotions. So this is definitely a time where you're going to be moving away from toxic behaviors. You're going to be moving away from people and situations that have been blocking you from this, in fact. All right. And then we got live playful and with a light heart. So listen to the voice of your inner child. Okay, so definitely this is going to be aligning you with your soul's calling, what you're feeling inside, what you've always felt inside, is your true's heart calling. It's just a minute, guys. All right, guys. Sorry if this video turns corrupted, as I did have to pause it when I get into too many interruptions, especially when I'm really connected and channeling with messages. I have to stop. All right, so I resumed the reading. I had 5 cards that I didn't get to fully go through, right? Which is kind of a good thing, because I was channeling them, but then I wanted to go get the reading from the book on them while I was connecting. And I really found some very powerful cards, right? I didn't realize how powerful 2 of these cards really are. I just seen 16 on the clock. I'm going to read 2 of those at the end, as I feel they're very significant. So if this does corrupt, or the video and the audio doesn't match, just you'll still be able to listen through the reading. Just sometimes when I pause for my videos, that happens. Okay. I just can't believe how powerful 2 of these cards were. So I'm going to go back and talk about the bridge, crossing the bridge of happiness. And the other one is the lotus within you awakes, right? We also got the inner child card, where it says live playfully with a light heart, which I was starting to talk about before I paused the reading. And this is because your inner child is really your divine life path and purpose before you've been corrupted by our world, or told you weren't good enough, or you couldn't pursue your dreams, your ambitions, your desires. So really tapping into that energy again and doing what excites you really is playing like with your inner child. It's where you're running around, you're having fun, you're not living life worried about what people are thinking or saying. And it's really where you're being yourself. Like if you want to dance and have fun and sing and all of that, this is where you're playing with your inner child. You're doing what excites you, what is fun. And that's beautiful. So you're really being called to do that at this time, right? And this creative energy, awaken the magic of creativity. And right in here it says, be expressive, dance, sing, laugh, play, free yourself. Some might think you're foolish or naive, or indeed laugh at you, but they will recognize the wisdom of your actions in the end. And some of you may be realizing that you in fact have a talent or a gift, or something just makes you feel so good and so inspired that you're going to pursue it. You're not going to let anybody tell you otherwise, right? And that is very beautiful, because see, too many of you are focusing too much on the mundane world, and some of that I was getting with the wisdom of the oracle, like the chopwood card and all that, because some of you, like, it's so beautiful to have these dreams and these plans, but when you focus so much on what you don't have and you forget to be in the present moment, it can be too daunting. And sometimes you can dream and dream and dream, but if you're not taking steps and actions towards those things, you could be pushing them further away, right? So sometimes you can get lost in the past too, and we had lost in the ruins of the past. You guys are focusing, some of you, too much on what has happened, what has held you back, what's going on for you currently, that it's affecting you being able to create and be in this energy at this time. Okay, so and then we also got listen to the internal song of your soul, right? So this talks a lot about learn to trust your soul. It has chosen this precise life as it has sought its immense diversity, and that your present circumstances have to offer. Now is the time to stop railing against all of these. Acceptance is key and will open the doors to your next steps towards your destiny. Okay, so you need to just accept everything that has happened in your life has put you on your path to where you are now, right? And you really need to know that. you're definitely being put into an alignment with your true divine life purpose and calling. And it is only on your soul path that you will find happiness or encounter true love. And only here do the treasures all lie waiting for you. Right? So examine and review your soul path and your intentions in regards to it. It is important to be aware that your soul is not within you, inside your body, but instead you are within your soul. Knowing it will help you to be better able to sense your soul, to attune to it, since if you seek it within you, it will be in vain. Think of yourself increasingly as a soul light, great, radiant, and immeasurably diverse in all of your colors and vibrations. Your soul is the matrix of your truth, of your eternity. So that is very powerful. That's what I mean. I did not even realize the two biggest powerful cards I feel that are in this deck. It's a newer deck, right? I've got over the last couple of months, but I know that I felt very guided to get it for Leo season. I think that's when I got it, and to me that was the big start of activations, of accelerated awakenings on the collective, pursuing us for the shift to this 5D Christ consciousness, right? So let me read this one, and then I will read the Lotus Awakens Within You. These two are right actually next to each other. It's numbers 41 and 42. So listen to the bridge, okay? Happiness. The bridge of happiness is your wisdom. It leads across the depths, the clouded waters of your emotions. A bridge of happiness provides the chance to acknowledge your emotions, and yet at the same time to sufficiently distance from them, to always remain present and centered in yourself. However, it also allows you enough proximity so that you never stop learning. The bridge of happiness is also a natural path, neither cold nor warm, neither rigid nor fragile, and yet it offers its secure footing. Only the wise may cross this bridge of happiness, as those who believe that the earthly riches await them on the other side are still far from reaching the bridge, far from attaining maturity and wisdom. On the other side of the bridge is a desire that has been fulfilled with love, security, and divine order. It is here that the wise among us will find silence, find themselves, or find God. You have drawn this card because you have now reached such a bridge. It is time to cross it and reap its rewards. Let go of the illusions, all of your constricting thoughts about happiness and prosperity that limit you and hold you back. The way across this bridge is a path of meditation, and every step will be a step of gratitude. You have drawn this card because you are standing at such a bridge. The path you have traveled may have been difficult, and things may not have always been good, but your spiritual companions were there with you. They looked after you and guided you here, but they will now withdraw a little. An arduous path may lie behind you, or times that were not always rosy, but your spiritual companions were there. They have been looking after you and have now guided you here. At this point, they are withdrawing a little. You have often been here before, and yet have not acted wisely. So the bridge of happiness has simply dissolved or vanished into thin air. But now you have this card in your hands. It is an indication that no one can cross this bridge of happiness alone, since true happiness is the light that always resonates between at least two beings. Wow, is that not powerful? Oh my goodness. And I realize that each of these cards is associated with a spirit animal and essential oil. These could be significant to you guys recently if you've been working with these oils or having these around you. Or power animals. It's the dragon. I felt very guided to the dragon. I was almost going to do a dragon deck or reading. I'm going to do a dragon reading now. That's what this one was going to be, but then I felt guided to doing it differently. So now I know my next one. You guys might want to check that out down below. I will do another reading of the same energy, and it will be with the Wizard's Tarot and the Dragon Oracle that I just got. And I actually just put it back up on my shelf with Star Dragons because I've been feeling very guided to the dragons. And I did a reading earlier on elementals where I used that realm because the dragons, the fairies, the elementals, the unicorns, all realms are working together at this time helping with the shift. But the Wizard Tarot's got a lot of dragons in it. So I definitely feel that's very significant for somebody, right? So you can call in this power animal, this dragon. I feel is very helping, protecting things at this time, helping you get your courage and strength. And it's very beautiful. See, Even got the dragons are even on the front of this deck. And like I said, I felt guided to this deck because of the reds. And I knew that this tarot's got the red and the blue. And I didn't realize, in fact, all the dragons that were in this deck and the wizards. So that's definitely very significant, right? Okay, so I wanted to read to you the lotus that awakens within you. And of course, the essential oil, was peppermint. Peppermint was the oil associated with this card here. And this one is the lotus. And the healing crystal's ruby. And I had a quartz in the other one. Okay, now listen to this one, okay? When you hold this card in your hand, all of the choir of angels will be looking down upon you. You are ready and will surpass yourself and become an inspiration for all beings in all worlds, in all times, and in all dimensions. And that's why I felt to tell you about the different realms and the dimensions that all the different elementals and the dragons, the fairies, they're all in different dimensions, different realms, right? So they're definitely all, I feel, protecting you and guiding you. This is a reading for something very, very powerful, right? So, let me read this again. You are now ready and will surpass yourself and become an inspiration for all beings in all worlds, in all times, in all dimensions. You will awaken and follow your soul path as a master. Think about the image of the lotus on this card. The lotus has its roots in the mud of a lake bed and grows inexorably toward the light, just like you. It rises up through the murky waters and the bottom of the lake, just as you've outgrown your base feelings and emotions. However, it is the final goal is yet to come. It grows up through the clear water just below the surface and finally unfurls into beauty, but only when it has found the light again, just like you. And if you've ever looked up the symbolism behind a lotus flower, you definitely should, how magical and beautiful these flowers are. That's why they represent like spirituality and things, because they grow from the darkest depths, right? And they turn into something so beautifully. And that's what us spiritual workers are here doing. Us light warriors, earth angels, us star seeds, that we come into these dark, dark places in the world and we transmute this energy, right? And we flip it from all this darkness to light. And that's why we're often dark workers that flip to light workers, and dark angels that turn into light angels, and all of this, because it takes all of that darkness, right, to flip us. And that's what we're doing. So this is definitely very powerful reading for my light workers, star seeds, earth angels, warriors, whatever you may define yourself as, right? So it's a reminder of that. And it says its fragrance, its true beauty, it has last released into the air, the element of pure thought, pure spirit, and wisdom. The path that it follows from the mud of the lake bed through the surface cannot spoil its faultless beauty, dim its radiance, or distort its bewitching magical scent. All that the lotus is, you are too. It represents rebirth, fertility, clarity, purity, and perfection. Its fragrance, however, is true magic, as it transports us, liberating us from the illusion of time. Your soul is like the fragrance of the lotus. You can walk in all times, all worlds, and all dimensions. You might think that you are none of these things, nor are you wise or a master, but know that there is no time. Everything is now. Start to believe you yourself are the light from the future that shines on and guides you. You have long since been a master in light on high. Oh my gosh, do you see what I mean? How powerful that is? And this is, two very, very powerful cards. To me, this is somebody that's definitely been spiritually awakening and has been mastering their divine feminine, divine masculine, like I was saying earlier. And even though you may feel as though you're losing it because I feel you guys have a lot of chaos like I do, a lot of things that are going on at this time trying to block you, because it is such a powerful time, but you're right on track to where you're supposed to be. You are mastering your skills, your crafts, your abilities, and you're emerging into something so powerful and amazing. Oh my gosh. All right, well, that was the reading that I had for you guys. I'm going to end it here. Hopefully the whole thing played through, but if it got corrupted, it was just the chaos trying to block this message from coming through, and it very much was. And now I understand why they didn't want this message to get out, but it's very powerful. So thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely share. Please share this video, like it, subscribe if you have not. If you were guided to me as if you are guided to this reading, you are guided to me for a reason. Know that. So you guys should definitely subscribe and help my channel grow. And for those of you that have recently subscribed to me, thank you guys so much for helping my channel grow. And yes, definitely, guys, know that you're in control of your own soul at all times. Don't let other people affect your emotions, and even when they do, just be grateful and thankful, and flip that energy, and just be of love and light. Know that when you're having these things coming at you, they're definitely coming at you for a reason, because you're shining so bright and they're trying to stop you, right? And if you guys are feeling drawn to the dragon realms, if you've been seeing symbolism of dragons, everywhere on shirts, on people, through news feeds, through whatever, or maybe you've recently started watching a show with dragons or something like that, that could be a sign or a message for you guys too, to be guided to. It could be confirmation for this reading, because I've just very much feeling the dragon, the symbolism, the dragon realm. The last 2 days, I just got the deck, I think 2 days ago, and I did a reading with it earlier, so if you feel guided to take a look at that one as well, and then I'll be doing my next reading. I'll pull it back down. So, all right, guys, love and light to all of you guys. Bye.